Yo, what's going on? It is your official host, That Guy B.RoB, and welcome to episode 4 of TLML. You guys may notice that we have switched things up just a tad bit. I will now be going live on my own personal page right here at That Guy B.RoB. So for the rest of the season, you can catch That Life My Life right here on your official host's page. Just a quick update on some things. We are still selling merchandise. Merchandise is still available for you to sell, whether it's our Black King and Queens apparel or if you want to purchase our No Excuses 2019 apparel, just let me know by DMing me and I can give you that information on how you can get yourself some TLML merchandise. It is March, and so March means Women's History Month. So for the entire month of March, every Sunday, I will have a new beautiful queen to come up on TLML and tell her personal testimony and give us her insight on her life. So my very first guest is going to be a good friend of mine. We've been friends since like 2000. Well, let me not lie. First off, we ain't been friends she didn't like me. That's how it started. But a lot of people don't like me when they first meet me, but I don't know why that is. But me and Joslyn have been good friends since like 2011, 2012. And now we're here in 2019. That's still my dog, even though she crazy. She a Scorpio too. So she's like crazy Scorpio. But nonetheless, she's a beautiful person with a beautiful heart. And she's very, very selfless. If you know her, you know she's the most selfless person there is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and invite Joslyn into the chat. We're going to have a little conversation with her and find out what her personal That Life My Life testimony is. Hello, everybody that's joined. Hello, Destiny. And I see Dre is in here. And my girl, Kiora. Okay, click on Joslyn's name. How did you do this? How does this work? Then you click on the name. Okay, no, you do this. I got it, y'all. I'm learning. And then you click on her name, and then nope. Go live with you. There we go. Yeah. Invite her in. Hey, Joslyn.
Hi.
That girl teasing. You teasing.
I am teasing.
Yeah, all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Well, thank you for coming on That Life My Life and being my very first female guest for Women's History Month.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for coming on by. What we're going to do is we're definitely going to sit here and we're going to have a conversation with you about your life. So you can be able to give your personal testimony to share with our followers. So my question for you is this. What is one moment in your life that was the most trying situation that you ever had to overcome? What led to it? How did it happen? And what were you feeling when you were going through this?
Okay. So I can't just really say that there was a one moment in my life as far as like 1 year in my life. That was really like extremely trying. So that year was 2017. So my year of 2017 had like its ups, it had its downs, but it was very I would like to say it was one of the worst years of my life. But coming through it made me like so much like a better, stronger person and whatever. So where can I start off? So from 2016, everybody always talk about how 2016 was a lit year for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like 2016 was great. Like 2016 was a lit year and everything like that. So from 2016, like the end of 2016, honestly, I went through this phase where I was very much like depressed. Like I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. Like I didn't want to be around anybody. Like I was very much like just in my own bubble, like just very much so depressed, but trying to learn how to cope through it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people go through depression, but they don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to cope through it, just trying to like push through, but it wasn't really working. Like I lived in an apartment by myself. I wasn't happy. I ended up moving with one of my sorors just so I could be around somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just be around other people that would like try to get me happy. Didn't work. I was still like very much depressed, but not knowing why I was depressed, not knowing like why did I feel the way I felt. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like talking to my parents or whatever, and they were just like, you got life, you got this, you got that. Why are you so sad? Why are you depressed? And I'm like, Mama, I don't know why I'm going through this, why I feel the way I feel. Like, I just didn't know what was going on. And so I just kept trying to push forward. And so like, I don't like, you just go through a lot of different things and you just really don't know what's going on. Like, I dealt with a lot, like 2017, just to be completely candid and be completely open, I was sexually assaulted. And I don't think that's something you knew. That's not something a lot of people know. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So I kept that to myself, and I didn't know how to push forward. And I was once again in this state where I didn't know what was going on. I felt like it was my fault. I didn't know what to do. I was sad. I was miserable. I was tired. I was lonely. I was going through a lot. I didn't know what was going on. And I had no way to turn. I felt like didn't nobody want to hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like nobody wanted to listen to me. I felt like it was my fault. Like, I just was just like depleted. Like, Brandon, when I tell you I just didn't want to live anymore, I, honest to God, just didn't want to live anymore. And I was just like, why am I here? Like, I was really searching for a purpose, but I couldn't find a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, there's nothing left for me on this planet. Like, why am I here? Like, I used to wake up every day trying to figure out if there was a reason for me to be alive. And I really couldn't feel that reason anymore. And then I lost my job. So I was broke. Then I had car problems. So I was like, this is a lot. Like,
You really were going through a lot. So 2017, you know, most people, when they say new year, new me, like, it's supposed to be new beginnings, and it's supposed to be all this bright happiness and just everything.
It was terrible.
Just hitting you and just hitting you at one time.
Yeah.
With you and your family.
Left and right. Like,
so I know you mentioned that you try to explain to your parents, like, do you think that express your emotion and talking about like depression is something that was prominent in your household in general? Like, for you to go to your mom, like, yeah, Mom, I'm feeling this way. Did you expect her to be understanding, like, as if, or was that something you were used to, like, her not getting it anyways, but you were just expressing it?
I'm African. I'm used to my parents telling me, you have everything you want in life. Why are you depressed? Like, so as far as me talking to my mom, it was more so like my mom kind of dismissed it, which really was a problem for me, because I'm like, I'm trying to tell you how I'm feeling. I'm trying to tell you what I'm going through. And I'm trying to like be open and be, you know, have the conversation, because I feel like in a lot of like African-American households and a lot of African households, we don't have these conversations. Mm-hmm. And when we do, they're always so easily dismissed. So I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm going through something and I don't necessarily feel like I can make it through on my own, and you're kind of like dismissive of that, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on. Like, I remember I felt away because I tried to talk to my mom about my depression, and she was just like, well, you can kind of talk to your aunt about it. And I was like, Mama, like,
why do you think that she kind of deflated? You know, you have such a warm spirit, you know, you're always kind of just bubbly, and so I think it's hard for people sometimes to think that even the most bubbly people can be experiencing things and going through those issues. Like, what do you think your mom could have done differently to be able to help you through your given situation?
I feel like she could have been more like an ear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a shoulder for me to cry on, because I'm so much like my mother. My mother doesn't cry. My mother doesn't display emotion. Like, my mother is just a hard shell. Like, she does what she has to do, and she'll be there for who she has to be there for. But as far as like emotional and all that stuff, like, she cries in her private. You know what I'm saying? Like, when my grandpa died, like, I don't even think I saw my mom like convey emotion like that. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, dang, like, grandpa died and I'm in high school, and mama's just like, suck it up, push it forward, when's the funeral kind of thing. So my mom's always been this hard person. So for me, I've kind of had to embody this hard person. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize, like, yeah, I'm this hard person, but like deep down, like I still feel, I still hurt, I still feel pain. So for a lot of things, it's always like, oh, well, Joss is good. She's good. She don't need nobody to, you know what I'm saying? She don't need no shoulder to cry on. She's good. She can handle it. Like if I need her, I can come to her. But Joss is fine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always the person that everyone comes to for their problems, and everybody dumps all their stuff on me. But 2017, I really needed to outpour instead of being the inlet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to pour out my feelings, and I was just kind of stuck. Like, I don't know where to turn. I don't know who I am at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm there for everybody else, but who's there for me when I need
We
them
need
to
it
be
the
there?
most.
Right. Like I was just stuck. And like I said, I honestly went through a phase where I didn't want to live anymore. And I don't think I told my mom that, but I don't think I told anybody that. But I really, honest to God, like, and this is just being real, me being real, I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. I didn't want to be bothered with anything. Like, I didn't want to be around anymore because I felt like they're fine. They have other people to go to, but I'm here and I'm stuck and I'm going through this pain and I'm going through this tragedy, and everybody's just acting like I'm supposed to be okay and I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
So who do I turn to? Where do I go? Like, who am I? You know, like, who am I? Honestly, who am I supposed to be? I'm Everybody has this in like, you know, like I said, everybody has this persona of who I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be Joslyn. I'm supposed to be tough all the time. I'm supposed to be like hard as hell. I'm supposed to have a hard exterior. When you need to talk, I'm here to listen. When you need to talk, I'm here to listen. I'm here for you. Come cry on my shoulder. And I can't go to cry on anybody's shoulder because I made it so as though everybody just thinks I'm okay. I'm okay. Everybody around me thinks that, oh, she's always good. She's okay. She don't need nobody. She's good. She's
Mm-hmm.
good. And so I'm going through this hard time, and I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I don't know who I'm on. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like sitting at home, crying all the time.
Right.
Don't know why. Don't know what I can do to make myself feel better. Nobody else is trying to make me feel better. I'm just here. So
So you're going through all this. What was your day-to-day life? So like help us see. So like paint this picture for me. Like you're going through all these things. What is a typical day for you and your feelings and your emotions like when you were going through all this?
So when I was going through all of this, and so before I started going through all of this, I was just, hi, I'm normal. Like like, you know, I'm good. And then when I started, like I had a few friends that really knew everything that was going on, you know what I'm saying? So then I could really like express myself to them and like really sit down and be like, hey guys, like I'm not okay. Like this today is tougher than yesterday was, and tomorrow might be better than today was, but it's still tough. So some days I would just go to the church, like I would go to DT and just lay it all on the altar and just cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really, and I'm not even like Brenda, I don't even think you've seen me cry. But a lot of people haven't seen me cry. But I would just go to church and just lay it on the altar and just cry all day long. And everybody would just be looking at me like, what's going on? But you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would just be like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I just felt like I needed to be in church and I just needed to cry and get it out. So day to day, it would just be like me not doing anything because I had lost my job. So I was basically just at home. So
Right.
it wasn't anything for me to really do. It was nothing for me to do. And I felt like when God wants you to be in a certain place, he's going to strip you of everything. So I was literally stripped of everything to the point where I was just naked. It was just me and my bare ass soul and these tears and this face just laying on the altar and just laying there and just like, here I am. I don't know what else to do. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I got going on. I don't know why you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? What's the reason for everything? But like, here I am. I don't know what else to do. I'm bare. I don't have nowhere else to go. I don't know. So I used to go to church like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day. Every day. I would go to church just to sit there and cry. I would go to church to try and talk to the Lord. I would go to church and try and talk to some people. Like, I used to talk to FD, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that. But it was just me. I was bare. I was naked. I had nothing else. So I didn't know what else to do.
Were you eating?
I don't even know. Like, I think I was eating at church, but I don't think, like, outside of that, I wasn't really eating. I think I was just, like, depressed. Like,
Yeah.
I was depressed. Like, I was just bare. Like, I don't know if I was eating. I can't even remember if I was eating for real. I know they used to try to feed us at the church, but other than that, I don't know if I was eating at home or not. You know what I'm saying? If I was really, like, I don't know. I just know, like, I couldn't be at home because it was just so much that had happened. You know what I'm saying? At home, it was just, I didn't feel comfortable anymore. Like, I couldn't be there. It was a lot of spirits. It was like a lot going on. I couldn't be at home anymore. And nobody knew why I couldn't be at home anymore, but I knew why I couldn't be at home. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be here. I don't know where else to go. I'm going to go to church. Even if I have nowhere to go, like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to cry and I'm sitting on this altar and I'm just going to cry. Like, I don't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do.
Wow. So what was the road to recovery? Like, how did you find yourself? How did you start finding answers? How did you start going with your spiritual belief, with God? How did you end up finding, like, how can I find out who Joslyn is again? What do I need to do to regain my sense of self?
A lot of it was just trying to find my voice. So, like, you have to just, in order for you to move forward, in order for you to do everything, you have to just figure out, like, nobody else can love you like you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't love me more than I love myself. Nobody can love me more than I love myself. And my sister had to have a conversation with me, and she's like, Joss, your best relationship can't be with anybody else. It has to be with you. Like, it has to start with you. So I'm just like, you're absolutely right. Like, I have no choice but to sit down. And like I said, I was stripped of everything. I'm literally at the altar and I'm naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally here. I don't know who I am. I don't know what's going on. I'm literally naked. So I'm just sitting here like, who am I? And everything just had to come from within. I had to realize I'm okay. I'm enough. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it was. I kept having to tell myself, like, you are enough, you are enough, you are enough. Because a lot of times we go through things where we feel like we're not enough for this, we're not enough for that, we're not enough for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not enough for this person. Oh, he's going to love somebody else because I'm not doing this, because I'm not doing that. But I had to realize that I'm enough. I'm enough for me. And once I realized that I'm enough for me, and I can sit down and say, you know what? I know I'm not perfect, but I love who I am. And I love who I'm becoming. And I don't know where exactly everything is going to come from, but I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, and I'm here, and I'm real, and I'm honest, and I'm taking it all in. And I love myself. I have to love myself. Nobody else is going to love me more than me. Exactly. So that's really where it came from. It came from Gam telling me that you don't have to put everything out there, but he was like, you never know who wants to hear your voice, and you never know who you're inspiring by sharing your story. So that came from that. And I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, Gam, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, but at the end of the day, just sitting here, like, he's right. Like, I never know who I'm inspiring by letting my voice be heard and not silencing myself. You know what I'm saying? And just like, just talking, just being free, just being open. But at the end of the day, I have to look in the mirror every single day and be like, Joslyn, you're divine. You're enough. You're going through this. You're not perfect, but you're praying. You're willing to work. You're making the changes. You're enough. You're not perfect, but you're enough. Every day that you wake up, you're trying and striving to be a better person. You are enough. So once I got that through my head, because it took me a while.
It took you a while. It's a struggle. It's definitely something different. Like, I've been there. I know how it feels to be that strong person, and those
Right.
moments where you need to or can't help but be weak, and like you just seem so helpless. You don't have people there for you to cry on their shoulder. You know, sometimes you
Right.
may come home, you just want to just pour it all out on somebody. You just want to dump on somebody, but you don't have those individuals that necessarily want
Right.
to.
Because you're the person that everybody dumps on. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're the dumpy. You're not the
They're
dumper.
dumpy. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And people miss
So,
that. And sometimes it's a lot, and it's a lot to get through your head. And you know, one of the biggest things that I've learned over the year is that, you know, what you put out is what you get, what comes into you. You know, positive affirmations, you know, putting out this positive energy, you're gonna attract positive energy. You put out any
right.
negativity things, that's tending to come back to you. And even to the point where it's not, excuse me, it's not necessarily feeling sorry for yourself. It's just been like, you know what, like I say this on every episode, and it's that life, it fixes itself. Like, life is hard, but it's gonna fix itself. It has no choice
Right.
but to fix itself. And so that's
Right.
one of the things that you have to be able to do. And so you eventually master that. You found yourself. You got through your head that I'm this amazing woman. Like, I love me, nobody else. I don't care how much you love me, because I love myself this much
Right.
more.
Right.
And so that's something that's very important. And so now, after you got it through your head, you know, you're on this different path. Like, what was the path like after that? You know, you're on a recovery stage now. So what was that like?
So I went through the whole, like, okay, so from January to like June, July, all that, I went through the whole step of being sorry for myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm like, I went through this whole woe is me, you know? And it's not the right thing to do, but you always have to go through the woe is me. So when you get through the woe is me, you're like, damn, bitch, like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Like, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? So then it's woe is me. Then it's, okay, woe is not me. What can I do to get back to me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, bitch, you need a job.
You need
I'm
a
like,
job.
you need a job, you need a car. And luckily I have, although my mother wasn't there for me as well as I expected her to in that aspect, and I can't blame her because she didn't understand what I was going to, nor did I try to really press the topic. You know what I'm saying? But it's another story. But she was still there for me in the aspect that she needed to be there for me for. So I was like, look, Ma, I need a car. And she was like, you know what? I got you, baby. Whatever you need, I got you in this point. So got myself a car, and with my friends or whatever, got myself a new job. So it was literally just trying to pick myself up from my bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put one boot on at a time, you put one pant leg on at a time, and you pull yourself up, and you know, you put yourself together and you keep it pushing. Yep. So I'm like, I gotta do whatever I have to do to make sure I'm good. Because at the end of the day, nobody's here to make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody dumps on me, but I need to get it together. I need to get it together so I can be strong for everybody else. That was my thing. I need to get it together so I can be strong for everybody else. Everybody else is relying on me. And I've always been the person where everybody relies on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never the person that depended on everybody else. So everybody relies on me. So I'm like, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. So I got myself together. I got myself a job. I pulled myself about the bootstraps, got my car together, you know what I'm saying? And I started going to work every day. And, you know, with routine, you get better. But it was just, honestly, just taking the time to realize, like, nobody's going to have you like you have you. And then just praying to God for everything that I wanted. He just showed me, like, okay, you want this, here you go. You want this, here you go. You want this, here you go. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives you everything that you pray for and everything that you ask for. So it's like, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted a car, Joss. Here you go. Here's your vehicle. You wanted a job, Joss. Here you go. Here's a career that you can really progress in. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep just acting like I don't exist, or are you going to take the time to thank me? So I really had, like, I had to go through all of that just to realize, like, thank you, God. You didn't have to do all of that, but you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to get me out the slums, but you did. You didn't have to take me from my depression where I didn't want to live anymore, but you did. Here I am. I give you nothing but the thanks. I give you nothing but praises. And, like, I know I don't have a lot to give you, but all I can do is glorify your name. You know what I'm saying? Like, and give you thanks. And I know a lot of people aren't religious or whatever everybody go through, whoever you believe in or whatever. I just know that without my higher power, you know what I'm saying? Without my higher power, and without the few friends that I did have, like I said, like Gam, Nefty, all of that helping me through, I don't know where I would be. Like,
Right.
Brandon, I kid you not, I might still be in the gutter, just like trying to figure out where I'm going, trying to figure out who I am. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and my sister Kia, I can't. My sister Kia and my best friend Khadijah, but it's just, I don't know where I would be, because I was literally like, 2017 killed me. It killed me. Like, everything killed me. Like, I was like, I did not want to live anymore. I did not. And it was just going to church, praising his name, singing, just even being at the church, just even like talking to certain people would just like uplift my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things I just was just like, whatever.
Right.
Whatever. But then you get these certain people that just won't give up on you. And when you get those people in your life, it's like you can't let them down, because they won't give up on you, so you can't give up on yourself. So when I started getting my life together, and I remember Gam told me, he was like, isn't it crazy how we have everything that we were praying for? And I was like, you're right. Like, I have a job, I have a car, I go to work every day, I wake up every morning, I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, I love you, Joss. Like, you're not perfect, and you don't have to be perfect, but I love you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can look myself in the mirror and I'm satisfied with who I am. I don't look at myself and see disgust anymore. I don't look at myself and see pain. I don't look at myself and see hatred. I don't look at myself and see anything else. I just look at myself, I see me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not perfect, but I see me and I love me. And sometimes it comes up a little cocky where I be like, man, I'm fine as hell. But but it's just like months, you know what I'm saying? It's years of not loving yourself. And then when it finally just clicks, you're just like, yo, like, I'm the shit. I don't need nobody else to tell me I'm the shit. I know I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I can look at myself and be like, yo, like, you bomb.
Pop the color.
Like, you bomb.
Definitely. Nah, so what I want to do is, anybody that's on here viewing, you know, I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask Joslyn a question if you so choose. Joslyn, what I want you to do is give some final feedback and just give some advice for someone who may be watching this and that may be going through something at this moment that they have not shared with anybody. You know, we don't know what anybody's ever going through, but there's a chance that someone is on this live and they're experiencing something, or they're down their luck and they need some words of encouragement. So if you could give anybody some advice, what would you tell them?
Okay, so I started off this live saying, like, I had been through a lot throughout the year 2017. So one of it is kind of like going through, and I know in our community, our Black community, we don't talk a lot about sexual trauma and sexual assault and all of that saying. So as a female, I feel like we always feel like it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? We always try to hold it in and not say anything. I feel like as a woman, speak your truth. Live in your truth. Can't nobody tell you what your truth is besides you. You know what I'm saying? So let it out there. Let your voice be heard. If it hurts, it's going to hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather you acknowledge that pain outside than to hold it in and let it destroy you privately, because that's what it was doing to me. It was destroying me privately, and I didn't know what was going on, and it was killing me inside, and I didn't know why. You know what I'm saying? Or who. And I didn't know who I could help by saying my truth. So let your truth be heard. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I can talk to you. Whatever you're going through, I'm here. I'm here to listen. If you just need somebody to listen to you, you don't know what's going on. And a lot of time we tend to blame ourselves for a lot of things. And we don't even know why we're blaming ourselves for these things. But we just figure, you know, whatever, it's my fault kind of thing. Right. But I just feel like with a lot of people, a lot of young Women History Month, what's up? We go through a lot of pain, and we go through a lot silently because we don't want to be judged. We don't want this. We don't want that. We don't want this and the third. But at the end of the day, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be real to who you are. If you went through this trauma, admit it. Say you went through this trauma. Because my thing was, vulnerability to me seemed as a weakness. And I had to realize being vulnerable, I'm not being weak. I'm strong because I am vulnerable. I'm stronger because I'm letting you know my trauma. I'm stronger because I'm letting you know my pain. I'm stronger because I'm letting you know my hurt. And I need you to know, you know what I'm saying? That I'm strong. Like, you can't break me down. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Somebody said something. At any point during the struggle, did you question God and your relationship with him? If you did, so how did you get through? I did. So when everything, I think we always ask God, why me? Why am I going through this? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you doing this to me? Why? So it was always, why me? Why am I here? Why am I this? But then I have to say, why not me? God, you know my strengths. You know who I am. You know the child that you made, right? Because he knows who we are. He knows he made us through everything, you know what I'm saying? From the little tippy toes to the hairs on the tip of my hairs to my puff. He knows everything. So he knows why he made me the way I am. And he knows why he's putting me through certain struggles and why he's doing things the way he's doing it. So I felt like, you know what? He's probably doing this because he feels like I can handle it. A lot of times we don't know why anything is happening. Like I said, whether you believe in God, you believe in a universe, whatever you believe in, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Why is the universe going through, why is the universe making me go through this or whatever? But it's honestly because the universe, God feels like you're strong enough to go through it. And he feels like you can be the voice that somebody else needs to hear. You can be the strength that somebody else needs. Because everybody might not be as strong as you are. They might not be able to say everything that you know what I'm saying? That you could be able to say. They might not be that face that they need. And here you are, you're the face. You know what I'm saying? You're the face, you're the voice of reason, you're this, you're that. You know what I'm saying? Here you are, you're doing what you need to do as far as letting other people understand. You're giving the community a voice, which is why I fuck with the show. You know what I'm saying? You're giving the people a voice. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, you're giving me a voice. You're giving me an opportunity to say my piece. You're giving me an opportunity to share my story. You know what I'm saying? Here he is. He don't know what I'm going through, but here I am. I'm giving myself the opportunity, and with myself saying what I need to say, I might be giving somebody else the strength to come forward. I might be giving somebody else the strength to find healing, to find peace, to be able to say, hey, I'm good on my own, and not have to be doing everything, you know what I'm saying, doing all these crazy things, and be all over searching in the world for answers that are right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. So good. During your trial and tribulations and overcoming all that, did you, or are you certain your faith is stronger than ever?
Okay, Casso, me and you, I know my faith is not as consistent as it needs to be, but I know my faith is definitely stronger than what it is. I know my faith is solid. Not even just my faith, but my strength in myself and my ability to believe in myself. Because like I said, I can wake up every morning and affirm these thoughts to myself. And you don't necessarily have to believe this and the third or whatever, but you just got to wake up and believe in yourself. So I wake up every morning and I say, you know what? I'm strong. Like the lady said, you was smart, you was kind, you was important. I wake up every morning and I'm like, Josh, you're good, you're strong, you're solid, you believe in God, you know what you have to do. And I know I don't go to church as much as I need to, but I be having these random conversations with God, and I be like, hey Lord, what's up? What you doing?
What you doing?
It's right. It's me and Josh checking in. And I recently learned that you don't necessarily have to go to church all the time for your faith to be solid. You can have a spiritual connection with him where it's outside of the church. Because I've always been more if anybody ever asks me, I'm always I'm more spiritual than I am religious. I've always been more spiritual than I'm religious. I know he lives within me. Whatever anybody has to say, I don't care. My Lord lives within me. So if I want to be like, hey God, what you doing? What's up? And I feel like God be like, hey girl, what you doing? What's up? That's what he's saying to me. I don't need nobody else to confirm that. But I feel like my faith was tested extremely. And when you're at your lowest point, that's when you look to anything. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know where to go, you have nowhere else to turn. Mm-hmm. Who do you turn to? Because people will fail you. that's true. My friends, you know, certain friends was feeling me left and right. I didn't know what the hell to do. I was just like, man, you don't even know what I'm going through. F you, like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then other people, I was just like, I can't even tell you what I'm going through because you just won't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just don't get it. So you just got, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta trust in yourself. You gotta have that positive affirmation. Like, I wake up every day and I'll be like, Fluff's here, I'm the shit.
Believe it in yourself. I think that's the key. Believing in yourself, trusting yourself, and building yourself up to love yourself, I think is a definite perfect way to round us all up. I think we all go through so many different things, and we all hit walls every now and then, you know. But it's when you get that one rock bottom, you learn how to never hit that rock bottom again. I think that's where you are at now. I mean, it's 2 years later. It's 2019. You seem like you flourishing. Your puff is flourishing. Go ahead and pop it one time. There we go. Totally good. But Joslyn, man, thank you so. Let me make sure. Okay, bet. Make sure Costa didn't say anything else. Thank you, Abe. Thank you, Costa, for your questions. Joslyn, thank you for being a guest on my show and being so open, honest, and truthful. It means a lot to me that you are able to speak your truth and share it with so many people that probably need to hear what you said. Let them know how they can follow you in case they do want to DM you and speak more about your truth.
Hey, you can follow me at African Dessert is DESSERT because the extra S means you want more. African Dessert on Instagram, Jossie J on Twitter, Joslyn Guaicolo, JOSLYN GWAIKOLO on Facebook. I'm always open to talk, communicate, whatever you guys need. I'm just, you know, you need a voice of reason, you need some ears. I'm here.
Thank you, Joslyn. And if you didn't catch her on social medias, you can catch her on my page. I did tag her. That way you can get this, or you can go back and watch the recap and get that as well. So with that being said, thank you, Joslyn, for coming on here. Everybody that's tuned in, I'm your official host, ThatGuyBRoB, and you can follow me on all my social medias at ThatGuyBRoB.
Thanks for having me, Turtle.
Of course. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys can tune in next Sunday for another episode of TLML, and we'll have another beautiful lady, another beautiful queen on here to share her testimony as well. So
wait,
that,
I'm just gonna flex my dimple.